Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be installing some subwoofers on the Scion TC, and not only that, I will show you guys how to install a head unit on the car as well, and where to wire in your sub and stuff. Luckily that this one already has a aftermarket radio in it because I already installed it before, but I'll show you like the go-tos and the how-tos, how to get a head unit on the car. All right, so the first easiest thing that you got to do is unscrew your shift knob. If you have a manual transmission, you unscrew your shift knob, you just sit it in your cup holder or so. So with this one, is just fairly easy. You just gotta pry the plastic parts and stuff, and this is like the same thing with any other car as well. So you just start with this one first. You pop up like this, lift upwards, make sure it's in gear, and you remove it like that off to the side. Then for the top one, mine is broken, so I'm gonna grab these pieces up here. Yeah, both these are just broken. I just saved these. I gotta get a new top half anyways. After that, you just pull forward, and then make sure you unclip. Here's like a harness back here that you gotta unplug. And depends how some of them are. It's a little difficult, but a little bit of squeeze and a wiggle, you got that off. And then here is your radio, but since I have a big one and I want to keep this part, I took it in two pieces. So if you have a stock, Scion TC, most of them they don't really have these, but I kept this part. But yeah, so this part doesn't really matter, but it usually just sits in this part right here. And like this whole piece came, like this whole piece right here, like this part and this part, it comes in one, but I took mine apart for make it easier for this radio to fit in here. Take your regular Phillips, or as I say, screwdriver, folks. Cinder. Here's one. I like to keep these up here because these are really easy to get lost. All right, and then if I'm not mistaken, these are either 10 mils or 12 mils. So you get your trusty socket set, and you need a long 10 mil and an extension. Make sure. Okay, yes. So it's a 10 mil ratcheting wrench. You go ahead and take these. They're really deep in there. You'll see them, and I'll show you once I take these screws out. So that's either tightening. Once you do that, I like to do it by hand because, again, you ain't trying to need to lose any screws in your car, especially got to fish through the dashboard. But yes, once you do those steps, your radio can just come right up, and then you just go ahead and unbolt this part right here. There's like a little piece that you gotta fasten, and you just wiggle. There goes your radio. Now let's get to it. All right, so the bolts I was talking about, they're up here, and there's like screws right down here. You can basically just pull it right off like that, like so. And then here is the connectors for your radio, and then somebody already came and spliced these. They're really easy. Some of them come with the instructions. Obviously you see them, they've matching colors, purple to purple, green, yellow, got your grounds and everything. And comes with this harness right here. This is the stock harness right here. And then this one is for the control the volumes and stuff on the speakers. You will lose these if you have an aftermarket radio, but some of them can get them wired in. Now let's go ahead and show off the subwoofer and how we're gonna route the wires. All right, so I'm actually taking a break because from the sun and it's hot as hell outside. I didn't know it was like 100 and some degrees. So since I'm taking a break, I'm over here doing this, and that's a quick little sneak peek of me pinning the rims, which is I'll be I'll be doing this today, but this video should go up before, yeah, this video should go up then the rims. So yeah, from this point, we're gonna go ahead and check out the subwoofer and show you how to install it. All right, so we have the wires. This is for your power. Let me go over here in my mess of junk. Then we also have your ground. You want to hook that onto like a ground part of your car. And then this one is also important. You need to have one of these wires too. Radio speaker wire, 10 feet long. I recommend either 10 or 12 feet. I like to get wires super long. For some extra space, we got to cut anything. And then you got to get these wires as well. That hooks up to your subwoofer or your amp if you have one. And then make sure your aftermarket radio has a part for your subwoofer to get in. See how these two little white and yellow buttons? Make sure they have one of these. And then what you can also do is with this wire from your amp, this is like kind of like the remote or the receive, right? You can either hook this up to a fuse, 10 amp fuse, where when you turn on the accessories, it can turn on the back subwoofer. Or if not, you can use one of the radio receivers, which is I'll be using this blue one right here, that can get receiving to the speaker. And then if we go in the back real quick, I can show you what type of subwoofer I have. So this one is kind of like a bang for your buck, bro. Like I think on Amazon this costs $175. This is a JBL Bass Pro. This is a 12-inch subwoofer, and it also has a built-in amp. So yeah, you go ahead and what I was talking about, you can't see it, but yeah, your ground, your receive, and your 12 volt. You have your fuse, the bass knob that controls it, and then you have all your other controls down here and stuff. I don't need one because I can adjust it through here or on the speaker. Now, I'm not sure if I was recording that the wrong way, but my bad, guys. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna start off with the easiest thing. We're gonna run the red wire. So what you need to do is pop your hood and close the door. You can also close the trunk as well. I don't want to kill the battery. But speaking of killing the battery, make sure your battery is disconnected or something like that. Therefore, you don't arc anything or spark, or also kill your battery as well. What y'all doing? Get off my ride, man. Get off my ride. Yeah. All right. Alrighty. So, oh Jesus. Who? What the hell? Anyways, yeah, so you need to get your power hook up to the red right here. I'm gonna run it underneath here, and then I'm gonna stick it either through the fender or up around here underneath the cowl, and then stick it down through there, let it run through here. This is like the most common way to have it. And then you just go through this way and all the way down. And for some reason, most batteries are on that side of the car. So yeah, and the same thing if you have a battery running through the back of your car. So let's go ahead and get this shebang going on. I want to show you guys before I shut the hood. So here is the wire. It's down there and it's underneath. It goes through here behind the strut bar, and it goes this way. And I want to do like wire tucking much as I can. So and then you can see it goes through here and then loops through here and then it goes through a little hole down there and it goes that way, yada yada yada. And I like to stick it to the factory harness where like it's good for tucking away when I put the trims back on the car. And I'm just gonna follow this all the way through, and then I'm gonna open this up and the back's half and then follow it through the trunk. It makes it real easy because it's a hatch and not like a 4-door or a coupe, but in general it's still the same. And yeah, but there she does it. Now what things I gotta do, so I usually start with the red wire, run it all the way back, and then with the rest of the wires I'll run it from the back all the way to the front. That's how I usually do the wiring for the the subwoofer setup. All right, from that last clip, I need to run to Walmart because the 2 wires for the subwoofer are broken. Unfortunate, but I need to run back to the store so we can finish this install. Update after that clip. That Walmart I went to doesn't have one. So in the meantime, just to show you guys, I'm gonna like half a word the wires. Then I can show you guys how to hook up everything and whatnot after this clip done. But I am driving, so yeah. All right, so let me explain what the heck I was talking about. So it was these pieces. Not sure if you can see, but it was this one. You can tell how messed up it is. But for some reason, it gets the sub to turn on. But I need to replace these 2 wires. But lo and behold, you get your ground, your receive, and your positive. Get those all connected to your amp, and then you get these, run these to your radio, and also run the receiver straight to the radio. The only 2 things that you need to get to the car is just these 2. And pretty much it is that you just put all your interior pieces back together, and you go ahead and thump away, boys and girls. All right, so this is like a base test, so it's not bad. It's like not up all the way, but I'm on 31. But yeah, that's enough. And that will close out today's video. Hope you guys like it. Hopefully you guys just can help a few people out there trying to install some subwoofers on your cars or even on your Scion TC for really cheap. I'll try to find a link in the description for this subwoofer, and it's really easy. I'm trying to find a link for the JVC sound system, the JVC head unit. But yeah, until next time, I will be installing the rims probably tomorrow. I got to finish them up tonight, and I'm going to install the rims, change the power steering pump, and yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.